Calbrick, and I'm going to be your head of year next year when you come to Charwell in September. So that means that I'm responsible for making sure that you are safe and happy. So this is Charwell. This is where you are going to be coming every day. You're going to make new friends, you're going to join clubs and lead clubs, you're going to try new things, you're going to work hard, you're going to be the best that you can be. I'm so looking forward to getting to know you in September, but at the moment just sit back, watch the video, learn about the day-to-day nuts and bolts of an average day at Charwell, and then you can ask us questions either to me or the current Year 7s who are with me today. Ask us anything you want to know about how things work at Charwell. So on day 1, you will come around into the black playground, either walking or with your bike, and you'll bring your bike along here and park it in our huge bike rack that we have here. So you've dropped your bike off and you're going to walk into the back playground, which is here, and it will be teeming with Year 7s and teachers who will be there to welcome you on your first day. So all you have to do is to get there by 8:30 with all your stuff, your equipment, ready for the day, and you'll be met there, and after that you'll be told exactly what to do. So we're now going to talk about food, very important. Either at break or lunchtime, you can come to the canteen and you can buy waffles or pizza bagels, or at lunchtime you can choose from a whole variety of things. You can see the canteen behind me. You queue up after period 3 and hopefully get through the queue as quickly as possible so that you can meet your friends who've already got their food and eat in the canteen or outside with them. The way you pay for your canteen food is you will have something that looks like this. It's a fob, yours will be blue. And the way you top up your fob is you bring cash into school, and using this machine here, it says present fob. So you press the machine with your fob, and it says remove fob, and then it asks you to put money or coins in. So you could put maybe £2 or £3 into there, and it will automatically top your fob up. So you then use that fob to pay for your lunch.
So welcome to Charwell. So I think Charwell is different because of the city that we live in. So the fact that we live in Oxford means that lots of people come from really different backgrounds. We have loads of people that cycle, with the highest proportion of cycling students in the country.
This is a place where people are encouraged to express themselves. And we don't have a uniform, which is really nice, and it's just a really nice atmosphere and culture about this school where I think it's quite relaxed and people are really respectful towards one another.
So I want to talk to you about something quite important at Charwell. You may have heard of it. It's our reward and consequence system. Our reward system is made up of R1s to R5s. And R1 is the teacher giving you verbal praise. Maybe you've contributed in class, which is fantastic. And R2 is where a subject teacher will give you a stamp in your planner. So you have a merit page inside your planner, and a planner is something every student in Year 7 will get. So your planner is really important. If your teacher gives you a stamp on that page, that's worth an R2. And if you get 20 of those, it's worth an R3. And if you get 20 R3s, you get a £10 Amazon voucher, which is fantastic. So what we're looking for is for you to be involved in your lessons, to join clubs, to be the best you can be, as I talked about before, and that will earn you not only various rewards, but possibly Amazon vouchers as well. Let's move on to the consequence system. The consequence system is all about trying to get you into good habits at school. It's not about punishment, it's just trying to trying to help you make progress and be a successful student. So in a lesson, you may get a C1. So the teacher may say you're chatting too much and they may write C1 with your name on the board. At that point, you just stop talking and start focusing a bit more, and there are no further consequences. If it happens again, you'll have your second warning, a C2. Again, if you stop it there and turn your behaviour around, there will be no consequences at that point. However, if you continue, you will be given a C3. And a C3 is a 45-minute detention after school. It could be because of disrupted learning in lessons where you've worked your way through a C1 and a C2 to a C3 detention. Or it could be you haven't brought in your homework, or your homework is poor quality, or you've been rude to a member of staff. There are various reasons that we feel that a detention may make you think twice about those sorts of behaviours. So we want to avoid you getting detentions at all. We start off with warnings, but if it does end up with a C3, then it's a point where we feel you need to do something about this. Beyond a C3, we have a C4, which is within a lesson, if a teacher believes that the lesson will go better if you are removed, if the learning will be improved if you're not in that classroom, you'll be removed from that classroom, and for one day you'll be put into the behaviour base where you'll have to do your work on your own, and that's a C4. We want to avoid those if at all possible. I want to talk to you a little bit about your reports as well. You'll get 5 reports during Year 7 that'll go to your parents and carers to have a look at what progress you're making. Those reports will show your attitude to learning, and they'll also show with numbers how well you're doing and what your grades are. As the year leader, I really, really care about your attitude to learning. I want you to be excellent. I want you to be outstanding. I want you to go over and above what's asked of you. I want you to contribute in lessons. I want you to hand your homework in. I want you to bring your equipment in. I want you to set yourself up for success. And in Charwell, we recognise that. And your reports should show lots of excellence on there. You may get a good. This means that you do all that has been asked of you. That's what we call good effort. You need minimum reminding, and you get on with your work and you do what's expected. If you get an N on that report, that means needs development. That means that you do your minimum effort, that you often need reminding to work, and that really you could do to be a bit more switched on. And then you could get a C, concerns, which means that you really aren't making the progress that's expected of you, or your behaviour really isn't up to par. Or you could get serious concerns, which really means that we're worried that you're really not engaged and you're really not making progress. But I just want to point out that we're going to be a year group that is more in the excellent and goods. Even if it takes a little bit of work to get there, that's where we're going. I'm going to talk you through your school day. About 8:25, you will make your way towards your form classroom for registration, and registration is for 15 minutes, and it's where your form tutor will give you any notices of the day. You'll check that you've got all your equipment and make sure you know where you're going for period 1. Then you head off to your individual lessons. Your first lesson goes from 8:45 to 9:45. Then you'll have a 5-minute break to make your way to your second lesson, which is also an hour, and that takes you from 9:50 to 10:50 when it's break time. You'll have a 20-minute break, and after your break time, it's time for period 3. You'll spend an hour in that classroom on whatever subject that is, and then your teacher will dismiss you for lunch at 12:10. You get your lunch, whether you brought it yourself or you get it from the canteen. Eat your lunch, have a break, and then from 1 till 2 is your 4th lesson. And after that, you've got your final lesson, 2:05 to 3:05. At the end of that lesson, your subject teacher will dismiss you, and you'll collect your stuff and go and get your bike maybe and head on home.